How you doing, sir? I was coming in. I'm trying to find some diabetic foods. Any place? You have any diabetic foods here?
Yeah, like aisle number three, you will find them all right over there.
Aisle number three.
Yeah.
All right, man. Thanks a lot, man.
You have a good one, boss.
All right, you too, man. Thanks a lot.
Hi, and welcome to my presentation. This presentation is called Diabetic Foods. Now, a lot of you are aware of basically diabetics and what diabetes consists of. But what I'm gonna do is show you a little bit about the diabetic foods and how this is very important to diabetics as well as those who are aiming to lose weight and stay fit. Now, what I have in front of me is a bad example of what you should use as a food source. See here? Chocolate. Not a very good choice for a diabetic. I've been a diabetic since I was 11. So I've have type 1 diabetes, and type 1 diabetes consists of permanent um, your pancreas is permanently not producing insulin. Now your type 2 diabetes is very different. Now it's temporarily your pancreas temporarily stops producing insulin due to your eating habits. Now, what I have in store for you guys is some things that you can do to help yourself, to keep yourself fit, and also to prevent from unhealthy eating by trashing those unhealthy foods. Uh, I will give you a tour of my kitchen, and I will show you some of the things that I have that's helped me through the past years, and some of the things that hasn't helped me in the past years. But nevertheless, I'll give you a quick tour.
Now, what I would do now is continue to my kitchen, show you some of the things that I have. Now, I don't want to show you guys my pantry because I'm not proud of how it's looking right now. Okay, so I'll just pull some things out here, show you some of the good and the bad things. This is a very bad choice due to the fact that those carbohydrates, 24 grams for just 3 tablespoons, is a lot of sugar and carbohydrates to consume, especially for diabetics. Now, I have some things in here that are very safe and that you can use. This is Carrie's syrup. Sugar free, very safe. And I use this. And also, you can also tell that some of the diabetes foods have the American Diabetes Association written on their products. So it's a very good way to tell when you have diabetic foods. They're very good at making themselves known and obvious. So I do have, and I repeat, I do have groceries here, but I don't want to teach you guys um, how to cook. I just want to show you guys some of the things, some of the foods that you can buy and where you can find these foods if you're having a hard time finding them. So, what I would do now is give you a little bit more insight about my health and about your health and what you can do. So, now that I've talked to you guys a little bit and showed you my kitchen, I want to give you some insight about how my diabetes has affected me in the past and what happened in the past that made me want to get my diabetes together. Now, in the past, I've had several episodes I'm not too proud of. Sometimes I've had episodes where I was at school and my sugar dropped so low that I had no idea where I was. I felt myself walking down the halls when I should have been in class, and people walking by me, they notice that my sugar is, well, they don't know that I'm a diabetic, so they just walk right past me. So I had no way of letting people know that it was my blood sugar that was affecting me and the reason I was acting in such a way. Diabetes, when your sugar is low, tends to give the effect of, you tend to see it as you're acting drunk, and you tend to not have control of your walking. You actually have no control at all, besides of what you're actually thinking. And sometimes you can actually do things. Sometimes you can actually think things and actually act on them without actually having control over what you're doing when your sugar is low. I had an episode where I was just getting out of church, and I went to my church friend's house, and I actually didn't eat, but I took my insulin, and I decided to take a nap. Well, I didn't wake up, and so I was at my friend's house from my church, and as my church friend tried to carry me to the car, I just kept spitting everywhere. Don't know why. I remember thinking about spitting, but I didn't actually see myself spitting. I thought I was dreaming, but it was actually true that I was actually doing this. I didn't spit on anybody, so that's not something that I was doing. I was just spitting. I remember that I was spitting, and I was rushed to the hospital, and I was revived later, and I had a lot of episodes where I scared my mom nearly to death due to my inconsistent control of my diabetes. I also had episodes where my mom wasn't around, and I miraculously helped myself. I won't even say help myself. I think someone was there, and one day I ended up going out with some friends. I went bowling, and I actually had a good time. I felt I didn't feel anything wrong with me. I felt normal. Uh, I did have some alcohol to drink that night, but it wasn't a lot to consume. Um, so after I went home, it was a Thursday night, and once I got home, I just went to sleep, and I woke up. Uh, I'll say I went to sleep Thursday night, and I woke up Saturday morning around 4 or 5 a.m. Yes, that's very scary. I actually woke up feeling very exhausted. Uh, Luckily, I didn't have to work that day, so my whole Friday was wasted on sleeping. My roommate, nevertheless, was there, but